Hey everyone, Duke here, and today we've got some news on Riven's wishes and the rewards that we're going to be able to get from doing these little kind of mini quests. So starting on January 30th, which again is Tuesday, players can visit Marasov to accept a weekly quest with a high-risk objective in the Dreaming City, such as completing Legend Lost sectors or dungeons, and upon completing one of these weekly objectives, players can return to Mara to get a wish token. This is going to allow you to pick one of 3 different things each week. There's also going to be 6 weeks of this, so you're going to be able to get 6 total rewards. Our first category is going to be Last Wish weapons. You can pick any Last Wish weapon of your choice. It's also going to be a guaranteed red border weapon, so you can start working towards potentially crafting a weapon. So what you could do, if you've never ran Last Wish before and you want to get a crafted weapon, any one of the weapons, you can pick 5 of the 6 rewards that you're going to get from this, put it all into the same weapon, and you can craft one of these Last Wish weapons without ever doing the raid, ever touching the raid. In my personal opinion, the Apex Predator is an insanely good weapon to have, and definitely something I would recommend going for crafting if you don't already have it. Again, if you have 0, you can use 5 of the 6 rewards to get it. If you already have a couple, this is going to allow you to get a few more and guarantee those few more without having to go back into the raid or have any spoils or anything like that, and get this weapon crafted. Otherwise, if you're not too worried about specific roles, or maybe you already have a couple good roles on some of these different weapons, you can of course go ahead and just pick up one copy of a weapon that maybe you don't have a great role of, or maybe just don't have at all, and at least have the chance to use it and kind of have some fun with that. Our second category is going to be exotic, so maybe you already have all the Last Wish weapons. You can pick any Lightfall Year exotic armor, so you've got 4 different choices for Hunters, Titans, and Warlocks. If you're looking for some good rolls on these, go ahead and do that. I would recommend to make sure you're using the Ghost mod before doing this. I will assume that the Ghost mod armor mods will work for the roll that you'll actually get on these. Hopefully these will be high stat armor, and hopefully there'll be some good rolls on these as a reward, but we'll have to see. And finally, maybe you already have all the exotics you want, maybe you already have all the Last Wish stuff you want, but this last category is also going to be quite useful. There's some miscellaneous rewards. You can get Lost Mementos, you can get Dawning Mementos, so if you maybe missed those events or just you already used your mementos from those events and would like to get a few extra, this is going to allow you to get more of those very easily, so you can get 1 each week and get potentially up to 6 of either of them or do any combination of them. If you don't really care about the mementos, you can at least pick up some Ascendant Shards and Ascendant Alloys and kind of get rolling on some of those and have some more endgame mats very easily there. And your last option is an exotic cipher. It's going to be potentially very useful for any newer players that still need exotic ciphers to get some of the exotics out of the kiosk that you may have missed in the past. If you are a newer player like that and but maybe already have some of the other things, this is definitely a very good option on the exotic cipher. Or even if you are a older player and just don't care about anything else, this is probably one of the best options, because then you can at least get a random exotic from Xur. So like maybe you don't care about these exotics specifically, but you may care about some other exotics, or at least have the chance to get some other exotics. You can pick up the exotic cipher and give that to Xur for a guaranteed exotic each week as well. So just as a quick TLDR, let's say you don't have any of this. Like, what would my recommendation on priority be? My first recommendation would be Apex Predator. I think that's the #1 priority in my opinion. Honestly, I would make it craftable so you can get the exact roll that you would like. If you happen to get a really good roll with something like Reconstruction Bait and Switch or Reconstruction Explosive Light right off the bat, then maybe you can save a couple of these rewards, but even then, you can still get the enhanced perks by actually making it craftable, so you can still make it a little bit better. So that's my #1 priority in my opinion. Second priority would probably be grabbing maybe any exotics you're completely missing out of any of these rolls. It looks like you're going to be able, like if you haven't already gotten these exotics, doesn't say anything about not being able to just pick it up and get one, even if you haven't gotten it at all before. So that can be useful rather than having to do either Lost Sectors or the Vex Strike Force in order to pick up some of these, especially if you're maybe missing a lot of exotics. You can at least grab some of these quickly. And then again, kind of on the same level of priority, I would say, maybe even a slightly higher priority than that. If you are missing exotics from the kiosk, being able to pick up some extra ciphers to get those quickly is going to be quite useful. So those would be my highest recommendations. Past that, again, if you're maybe missing some of the other weapons from Last Wish or just want some good rolls on some of the other weapons, that would be next on the priority list. If you have all of that stuff, you have all the exotics, you have all the weapons, then again, you can get just some of the extra rewards if you just want some mementos for some cool looks, get some shards or alloys. If you don't play a lot of like Coil is really good for alloys. If you've been playing a lot of Coil, maybe you don't need alloys. If you do a lot of GMs, or again, Coil also gives shards, maybe you don't need shards either. So you can pick up some mementos, of course, easily as well. And one last thing I'll say about just the weekly quest in general. We don't know exactly how this is going to work specifically yet, but if there's a requirement to do dungeons, which would be for the Dreaming City, the Shattered Throne, I will definitely be doing helps on my stream to get people through the Shattered Throne and be helping people get this quest each week. I don't know if it's going to be like something you can pick where you can do either a dungeon or a lost sector or something else, but if it's like you absolutely have to do Shattered Throne and people would like some help with that, I will definitely be doing helps and getting people the chance to get some of these loots and these different rewards that you can get from these wishes. And that's all for today. I hope this video was helpful, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.